In this podcast, we are going to talk about four dates that were very important during the Cold War and are 1975, 1979, 1980, and 1985.
On April 30 of 1975, the last few Americans still in South Vietnam were taken out because the leader, Putin of North Vietnam, accepted the surrender victory of South Vietnam. The Vietnam War was the longest and the most unpopular foreign war in USA history and cost 50,000 American lives and 2 million of Vietnam lives.
The Afghan-Soviet War started in December 24 in 1979 and ended in February 15, 1989. The Soviet-Afghan War was a conflict wherein insurgent groups, known collectively as Mujahideen, as well as Maoist groups, fought a guerrilla war against the Soviet Army and the Democratic Republic of Afghanistan. Government for over 9 years. Through the 1980s, mostly in the Afghan countryside, the Mujahideen were backed primarily by the United States, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan, making it a Cold War proxy war. Between 562,000 and 2 million civilians were killed, and millions of Afghans fled the country as refugees, mostly to Pakistan and Iran.
In 1980, there were two main events. The first was the death of Joseph Broz Tito, born in May 7 of 1892 and died May 4 of 1980. He was the president and a Yugoslavian revolutionary and statesman. He was the Secretary General and then became the president of the Communist Party, League of the Communists of Yugoslavia. Solidarity was formally founded in September 22 of 1980 when the delegates of 36 regional trade unions met in Gans and they united under the name Solidarność. By the early 1981, Solidarity had a membership of about 10 million people and represented most of the workforce in Poland. A separate agricultural union branch of the Solidarity was composed of private farmers, named the Rural Solidarity.
On March 11 of 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev was elected to become the new leader of the Soviet Union. Gorbachev was part of the Communist Party, and he first was placed to be the leader of the Soviet Union in 1982 when the previous leader Leonid Brezhnev died. But the Communist Party said that Gorbachev was too young to be the leader of the Soviet Union, so Andropov took the power. Then in 1984, Andropov died, so Gorbachev was then named leader of the Soviet Union in 1985. Gorbachev was very important for the Soviet Union because he was the last president the Soviet Union had before they dissolved in 1991.